Shiva Sutras Part 1 Sāmbhavopāya. Second Sutra Jnanam Bandhaḥ. Limited knowledge creates bondage. Prasad Bharadwaj. In this sutra, the term Jnanam refers to knowledge, while Bandha denotes bondage. The sutra emphasizes that the type of knowledge that leads to bondage is the knowledge acquired through sensory organs and personal experiences. This sensory-derived knowledge, while valuable in navigating the physical world, is limited in its scope. It is distinct from the supreme knowledge, which transcends sensory experience and is untainted by temporal and material influences, whereas the sensory-derived knowledge is rooted in the mind's direct perception of reality. Supreme knowledge is an experience of pure consciousness that remains unaffected by the illusions of the material world. This type of knowledge is not tainted by Maya, the illusory power that creates a false sense of reality. The sutra suggests that sensory knowledge is confined and limited due to the influence of Maya, which binds individuals to a false understanding of the world and themselves. Ignorance as bondage. The knowledge gained through the senses does not lead to liberation because it is grounded in the illusionary nature of the material world. This misunderstanding or ignorance is also called ajnanam, is what binds the soul, preventing it from realizing its true nature as the Supreme Self or Brahman. In spiritual terms, this ignorance is often referred to as mala, meaning a natural impurity. This impurity is inherent, something individuals are born with, and it can only be cleansed through a spiritual path, not through mere accumulation of sensory knowledge. Mala, or ignorance, is the root cause of bondage. It is an inherent quality that keeps individuals entangled in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, what is known in spiritual terms as Saṁsārā. The sutra teaches that only by pursuing the spiritual path can one remove this mala and attain liberation. Material knowledge versus spiritual knowledge. The sutra also differentiates between materialistic knowledge and spiritual knowledge. While materialistic knowledge pertains to the physical and external world, spiritual knowledge involves a deeper, introspective understanding of the self and the universe. Spiritual knowledge is not something that can be accumulated like material knowledge, it requires a process of inner exploration and realization. The spiritual journey is often guided by sacred texts like the Upanishads, which provide the foundational teachings for inner exploration. Unlike other scriptures, Upanishads are concise and direct, designed to stimulate thought and encourage self-inquiry. They use affirmations and negations to guide the seeker towards a divine revelation, making the path to emancipation clearer. Path to liberation. To attain supreme knowledge, one must go beyond the limitations of sensory experience and engage in deep inner reflection. The previous sutra highlighted that pure consciousness is the Brahman. This sutra adds that ignorance about the absolute reality, Brahman, is what causes bondage. This ignorance leads individuals to become entangled in Saṁsārā, which is often misunderstood as merely family life, but in reality refers to the cycle of worldly existence and the repeated cycle of birth and death. In conclusion, this sutra teaches that liberation from bondage can only be achieved through the realization of supreme knowledge, which comes from transcending the limitations of sensory knowledge and embarking on a spiritual journey towards self-awareness and understanding of the true nature of the self and the universe. Fellow divine souls, let us continue this journey of spiritual awareness with the video of the next Shiva Sutra. Until then, try to get a deep grasp of the things explained in the first section named Sāmbhavopāya's second sutra Jnanam Bandhaḥ. Blessings of peace and love to all divine souls watching. Thanks for watching and understanding. Prasad Bharadwaj. Like, subscribe and share with your loved ones. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for future post alerts. Stay tuned to Chaitanya Vijnanam Spiritual Wisdom YouTube channel for future videos. Prasad Bharadwaj.